They didn't lose interest because you weren't attractive. They lost interest because you wanted them to fill a hole you hadn't faced yet. And here's the twist. The moment you stop needing, desire starts chasing you. If you're a young man or woman navigating dating right now, this probably feels confusing. You try harder, communicate more, care more, give more, and somehow the connection fades. You watch emotionally unavailable people get chased. You watch calm, grounded people spark desire without effort. And you wonder, what am I missing? Today, we're breaking down the truth no one teaches you. Not game, not manipulation, not pretending you don't care, but how emotional maturity quietly creates desire, and why the most attractive energy in any room is someone who's emotionally complete. By the end of this video, you'll understand why attraction isn't built through pursuit, but through presence, boundaries, and self-respect. Neediness chasses presence. The attraction killer no one sees. Attraction doesn't die loudly. It dies subtly. It dies in the moment someone feels like they're being used. Not for sex, not for status, but for emotional regulation. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Most people don't want you. They want the way you make them feel about themselves. And when you unconsciously ask someone to stabilize your emotions, to validate your worth, to soothe your anxiety, desire collapses. Not because you're weak, but because you're outsourcing self-worth. Emotionally immature attraction sounds like this. I need you to text back so I feel okay. I need reassurance or I spiral. I need to know where this is going so I can relax. You might never say those words, but energy doesn't lie. And the human nervous system feels pressure instantly. Here's the psychological truth. Desire requires freedom. The moment someone feels responsible for your emotional state, their nervous system switches from attraction to obligation. And obligation kills polarity. Think about it. Have you ever felt pulled towards someone who needed you to like them? No. You felt cautious, careful, sometimes guilty. Now flip it. Think of someone who was calm, centered, emotionally self-contained, someone who enjoyed you, but didn't collapse without you. That's presence. Presence says, I want you, but I don't abandon myself for you. That energy is rare, and rarity creates value. Emotionally mature people don't chase connection. They invite it. They don't flood conversations with over-explaining. They don't anxiously monitor tone, timing, or replies. They trust their ability to be okay either way. And that trust is intoxicating. Because subconsciously, the other person thinks, if they're this grounded without me, what would it feel like to be chosen by them? That's desire, not intensity, not attachment, not emotional fireworks, but grounded confidence. Emotional maturity is self-containment, and self-containment is sexy. Let's reframe maturity. Emotional maturity isn't being cold, it's not being distant, it's not suppressing feelings, it's self-containment. It's the ability to experience emotion without leaking it onto others. Most people confuse emotional expression with emotional health. They overshare early, they trauma bond, they confuse vulnerability with immediacy. But real maturity knows timing. It knows boundaries. It knows that not everyone earns access to your inner world. Here's a real-life scenario. Two people are dating. One says, I've been thinking about you all day. I get anxious when I don't hear back. I just want to know you're serious. The other says, I enjoy you. I'm taking my time getting to know you, and I'm present when we're together. Guess who creates desire? The second person isn't manipulative. They're regulated. They're not using the relationship to fill emptiness. They're sharing fullness. And psychologically, humans are drawn to people who feel complete. Why? Because emotionally mature people signal safety. Their mood isn't volatile. Their self-worth isn't fragile. Their boundaries aren't negotiable under pressure. And safety creates attraction before passion. Here's the paradox. The less someone needs validation, the more validating they feel to be around. Because they're not trying to extract reassurance, they're offering presence, and presence is felt, not explained. This is why emotionally mature people don't overreact to mixed signals, don't chase clarity prematurely, don't fear walking away from inconsistency. They don't cling, they observe. They ask themselves, does this connection align with my standards? Not, how do I get them to choose me? That shift is everything, because desire doesn't respond to persuasion, it responds to self-respect. Desire follows self-worth. Here's the truth most people avoid. Desire follows hierarchy, not dominance, not control, but internal hierarchy. When you place someone above your self-respect, you collapse attraction. When you abandon your values to keep connection, you teach people how to treat you. Emotionally mature people don't threaten boundaries. They enforce them quietly. They don't say, if you don't do this, I'm leaving. They simply leave. And that calm decisiveness creates polarity, because polarity isn't aggression, it's clarity. Clarity says, this is who I am, this is what I tolerate, this is what I don't. No drama, no speeches, just congruence. And here's the psychological mechanism. When someone realizes you won't betray yourself for them, they either rise or disappear. Both outcomes protect you, and both increase your attractiveness, because nothing is more compelling than someone who chooses themselves without bitterness. Emotionally mature people don't seek intensity. They seek alignment. They understand that attraction isn't built through proving worth, but through embodying it. They don't ask, how do I keep them? They ask, does this nourish who I'm becoming? That question alone filters out chaos. And chaos is the enemy of desire. People crave what feels grounded, rare, and emotionally sovereign. That's why emotional maturity creates desire without trying. It's quiet. It's calm. It's magnetic. If this hits something in you, I want to ask you this. Where in your life are you asking someone else to regulate emotions you haven't faced yet? Drop your answer in the comments. Someone else needs to read it. Subscribe if you want more grounded psychological insight that actually improves your relationships, not your ego. And share this with someone who's chasing connection when what they really need is emotional sovereignty. Because the moment you stop begging for desire, you become it.